Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. We are live and back again. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. We are kicking off another live stream, another live show ready to go. We have AEW Dynamite tonight. Lots to get into, including a trios battle royal. Never know what Tony's going to be up to. We're going to dive all into it. Plus more rumors, more stories, more wrestling to talk about. And folks, this is the place to do it. The most unbiased opinion you can find in wrestling. 2+ hours, strap in, strap on, grab your feel good, put a smile on your face. We're going to have a lot of fun. Let's go. Ding, 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 folks. We are live. We are live. We are live and back at it again. Like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful week. Hump day in the book. We're halfway there. Tomorrow, Friday, Junior. Then we get the weekend. We got so much to get into. Backlash coming Saturday. But tonight on tap, we have a little bit of AEW. And like I said, we will see what Tony has in store for us tonight. It's going to be a good one, folks. I can't wait to kick it off. It's about to come up right now, so I'm kind of excited about it. But all that being said, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, the man that just won't go home. And I am happy to bring you another live stream, like I said. Oh, what the hell? One second. Anyway, but let's say hello to the chat real quick while I fix my situation. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Bandito, and OC versus the JAS. Oh, I would love, Victor, welcome back, by the way, but I'd love to tell you how pumped I am. This one's a tricky one for me because I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of the hodgepodge. Everything's kind of thrown together on this. I didn't want to see Jericho and anywhere near Adam Cole, but we knew it was going to happen, and it happened. So we'll see. Damien, welcome back. How you doing, buddy? Blake, Darby Allen. Well, we know why you're here. A little bit of Darbs. So we're getting that tag match, which is ultimately going to lead to a fatal four-way. I mean, guys, we'll talk about it as we go through the show tonight, but let's be real. It's really funny how it all worked out. We all thought we were getting a fatal four-way. Then they played a bunch of games for a few weeks, and now we're getting a fatal four-way. So it's kind of interesting. They could have probably went about it a different way. However, we are getting a tag match tonight. We'll see how that goes. Yes, we are getting a trios battle royal as well. By the way, we will take a prediction on all the matches, and we will take a rating out of 10 at the end of the show tonight. Lots of people getting into the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Get in here and say hello. TK announces Will Washington administrative coordinator. I did see that. So that's interesting. A little bit, I guess. And I got, I don't have it anymore. Bum, bum, bum. So we are starting off with the tag match. Who are you taking? Who are you guys taking? A multi-man tag match. Bum, bum, bum. Who else do we got in the chat here tonight? Dale's in the house. Normal Guy's back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boston. Good to see you on a Wednesday. Thank you for being here. Becoming a regular, sir. I like it. See Money's back as always. Keyshawn's in the house. What's up, Boss Monster? I'll get to all your comments eventually. Nick pausing from a distance. I'm not sure what he paused to. We'll get there. If you don't know, now you know. I think that's someone else's, but whatever. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Sometimes it feels that way, See Money, but you could attend. Come inside. Pause. I see where you were. I see. Let's go, AEW Dynamite. King Jordan, welcome back. Howdy, y'all. Then give it some love. Real wrestling. I love it. Yeah, like, the real wrestling with screwdrivers. Anyway, we'll get into that later, too. What's poppin', boss? Good to see you. I'm convinced OC has dirt on Tony Khan. Probably. At this point, I think Tony Khan just really likes him. He dressed up like him for Halloween, and it's a love affair. Love is in the air. We can't do anything about it. Like we literally week in, week out, we see the same thing. So I'm hoping that OC and crew get the win tonight. That'd be nice. It usually happens. I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Who else is back in the house? Trying to get back into AEW. Stopped watching for a while. I don't blame you, sir. I mean, it's a love-hate relationship at times. I mean, I think all of us step away from wrestling at points, and I get why AEW could be a tough pill to swallow sometimes. So is that echo. Okay. Now, am I correct? The match hasn't started yet? Or am I behind? This channel for real wrestling and real commentary. KJ and Nick, Victor, you got that right. We are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling, whether it's AEW, WWE, and right down the line. Like I said, we are unscripted, unfiltered. We just shoot from the hip. We give you live reaction. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, but that's what we love about it. We come here to chit chat with everyone, and we try and give you the most unbiased wrestling opinion on YouTube. So that's the goal. That's the dream. And this match is kicking off. OC for the win. He's bulletproof. Okay, there you go. Tyler, my birthday is on Saturday. Let's go. I can't wait for the weekend. Tyler, no better place to spend a birthday. I spent my birthday here. I recommend coming to the Wrasslin for Life Network for your birthday, especially during Backlash. It's going to be a good time. Come on. Boom. Some love for Tyler. Can't wait, buddy. Happy early birthday. I'm looking forward to Backlash and a great wrestling revolver show this weekend. Damian, lots of wrestling, lots of good wrestling. Backlash should be fun. Revolver should be fun. And we'll be here all night long. We go live at 6:30. That's the other side of the thing. Going live 6:30 Eastern time on Saturday. We're here Friday as well for SmackDown. That will be fun. They're live from San Juan. And right now, Cole laying the boats. I think Bobby will be Roman's opponent at Night of Champions. And during the build, he rebuilds the Hurt Business. Okay. I don't hate that idea, Richard. I've been championing for the Hurt Business. I don't love how Bobby Lashley's been booked. It's very up and down, very stop and start. And I feel like we didn't get enough. Dun-dun. Hey, man, how come in streaming on is weekend I can DM you or email you? I didn't fully understand that. Go check me out go check us out. Go find the page on Instagram. Say hi. What's up, Bash? Welcome back. Good to see you as well. The Hurt Business is dead. Don't say that. It's currently dead. It doesn't mean we can't revive it. We're getting a brawl. Oh, amen. Throwing punches. Roddy not really sure where to go, but he figured it out. Okay. Hager with the knees on Bandito. Okay. I think Theory loses to LA Knight for the US title. Interesting. One I seen going around, Mr. Martinez, is what about Waller going after Theory? I almost feel like they should be a tag team. Maybe. I already expressed my opinion on who should be first world champion. All right, JV has spoken. Doesn't want to speak again. Finally, MLW is finally going to be on Fight TV permanently starting July 8th. For Never Say Never pay-per-view in the main event, Alex Hammerstone and Alex Kane. Listen, I like MLW, Damian. I'm like you. I'm a fan. I think they put on good pay-per-views. I think sometimes when I have seen their weekly show, little all over the place and hard to follow sometimes. But if it's a good card, we'll be here live to cover it. You know that. What's going on, Bobby? Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you. I got Jake swinging, missing. OC up, OC down. Biff. Did you see this weekend's Fusion? Hammerstone was really laboring. Interesting. At least he's not Masada. Hager catches OC. OC eats a jumping knee from I don't know who. Gets rammed into the pole, and here comes Bandito. Full speed ahead. It happens, man. I got chubby thumbs. It happens. I'm with you, bro. We'll figure it out. Never fear. Larry is here. Oh, there's Jericho with a new wig. Oh, Cole leaving the match, going to talk to Jericho. It's not very nice. Who do you want to see Grayson Waller feud with first? First? You'll probably get Dolph Ziggler first. Doesn't everybody get Dolph first? Or Rey Mysterio? Larry. All right, some love for Larry. Okay, I got everybody on the aisleway trying to figure their lives out. Ooh. Okay. Jericho on commentary. Cole left the situation, but it didn't turn out well for him. And the match continues, folks. If you haven't made a prediction, I'm curious what you guys think of the possibility of the winner here. Who do you think they're going to feed to Roman first? I like Bobby Lashley as an option. I'm curious to see what happens with the bloodline. Do we build towards like a J at SummerSlam? Maybe. Even if it's just another one of the, like, we have a feud and then I put him back in line because I beat him and now everything's kumbaya again. I don't know. But Roman's just going to keep eating anybody fed his way for a long time now. This isn't, I don't know when this is going to end. Rumors are about, he's going to beat Hogan's record. Maybe. He's going to go 1,000 days for sure at this point. So I don't know. I came to see Edge feud with Karrion Kross and Karrion winning. They foreshadowed the feud in NXT in 2020. Not a bad show, Richard. You're full of good ones tonight, but yeah, not bad. I could see it happening. Karrion needs something of substance that he doesn't look stupid in. It's been a while, and he keeps getting rolled up, guys. It's bad for Karrion. Adam Cole and Co. versus JAS and the Clowns. I got picture in picture, by the way. Bows. There you go. Larry bowing. There you go. Where's my co-host? I didn't put a bell on him. I lost track totally. He's wandering. You know, Nick. Whatting his way around. I don't think Theory and Walker will be a tag team, but more so affiliates. Fair enough, Keyshawn. I could see them getting along, being buddies, both pains in the asses. Yeah, I could see it. A couple frat boys. AJ Styles and Roman. I love the idea of AJ Styles and Roman. Do we get a female element added to the bloodline? Does that help? Is that why Tamina was drafted? Interesting. J-Boy, welcome back, by the way. Like I said, right now I am on a commercial break. Jake Hager is still in control of Orange Cassidy. If Ricky beats Juice, should he face Jay White next and lose? Yes, and probably yes, Richard. Depending on how they want to sell it, I've been a little disappointed with the introduction of Jay White to AEW. Jay White's a big star, and I think he could have had a big moment. I think he could have kind of slipped in, like somebody else wanted me to work for them, but I chose to be here. You could have put a big spotlight on Jay White, made him feel like a big deal. Kind of didn't do it. And I'm a big fan of Jay White, so I hope they figure that out sooner than later. But yes, this is where it heads. Ricky beats Juice one way or the other and goes on to take on Jay White. Makes sense. Ricky J should be outstanding. I'm all for it. Why would I not be? Roman who? I'd love for Theory to loose and join join Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, the way. It was really the only way I liked him. I hate to disagree. But I don't. I do. Theories past that, and I don't even like the idea of the way getting back together. I don't love it. Of course, we saw Dexter show up to scoop up Indy from NXT last night. Cute. They're cute. But I do not. I never loved the way. I thought it was too, slap happy. It was too phony. It was too. I didn't love it. So I think Theory's better off being a heel and kind of stay in his own course. Because I think they're going to try and baby face up the way, and it's probably not good. Jay White should be champ in time. I understand why he didn't walk in and get the belt, but that's where he should have swung, right? He walks in and gives Moxley a hard time. He walks in and gives MJF a hard time. Or Jericho, I hate saying Jericho, but he's a former champ. But you got to have that bar. He's got to go after a top guy out of the gate. You got to set a tone. And no matter what you say about the supermarks and the diehard fans, like myself, who, oh, yeah, we love Jay White, world renowned. There's a good chunk of people sitting in the building who are like, Who's that guy? Help me out. So, yeah, I gave you a like. Well, thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate it. Did you bring a map? Why OC didn't join Finn? But on the OC part, funny about the map. I don't get lost ever. I don't leave stream ever, so I can't get lost. But that all being said, it just didn't make sense. It worked out better this way. It was a good ruse. And I don't see AJ Styles fitting in with the emo kids. So just didn't work out for me. AEW Dark and Elevation canceled. A lot of indie wrestlers lost paychecks. What happens to the independent wrestlers now? Well, they've been on AEW, and that comes with a certain level of clout. So I think the indies are about to get a strong fill of talent. I really do. I think there'll be a big influx. There's certain wrestlers you only saw on AEW products, maybe the odd, spot here or there. But now if they're fighting for their food, fighting for their paychecks, you'll see an influx of AEW talent spread out. Roddy with the hot tag. Up, down, backbreaker. Oh. Outcast been feuding with Willow for a very long time. It's getting very old. The Outcasts are getting very old. I haven't, other than beating up Britt, they haven't done much. It's been all over the place in the wrestling, like where we talk about, the pedigree that Paige comes in with. 2 count for Roddy. And again, sometimes you just either ring rust and maybe she gets better, or maybe she's just past where she, that mark. Let me see what Boss said before I see what that says. The huge problem I have with the WWE is a lack of innovation. Every year it's the same old 50-50 booking. It's an issue when your Hall of Famers are still on the booking card. 100% right across the board, Boss. I mean, in a lot of regards, that has been the complaint. It was stale. It was repetitive. It was rinse and repeat. Oh, Cole with the boot. And then eats a clothesline. Coke and Diet Coke trying to fight back. No luck. Oh, Diet Coke in the air. Bandito! One of my favorite wrestlers to call. But yeah, the 50-50 booking is a problem. So I'm really hoping we can get to some semblance of organization. We can get away from the Vince McMahon booking, hopefully. I know there's still grand debate on what's happening there. Actually, did you guys see the story? And I know we got a match going on. The story going around that made me chuckle this week was, the writers scoffed at Vince McMahon. If Vince McMahon is who we think he is, who everybody claims he is and has as much, in the weed time as us. But no, literally getting involved the way he does, I don't think people are actually scoffing at him. Oh, they laughed. Oh, no, 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 no. They might have scoffed later, but nobody's scoffing at Vince. Let's be real. And again, if Vince is as controlling as everybody paints him out to be, they don't get an opportunity to scoff. He just says, listen, Brock Lesnar is going to come out and beat the shit out of Cody. Deal with it. And that's it. There's no even if you scoffed, it's still going to happen. So I find that an interesting story. Find it a little contradictory to a lot of the other reports. You can't have it both ways, I don't think. But anyway, that's my tangent. The match is still going. It's been a long one. OC and Bandito in stereo. Jay better not look a schmuck tonight. Jay better not look like a schmuck tonight. Oh, I hope not. He looked. Last time we saw Jay, it did nothing for Jay. Sadly, it did nothing for Jay. Commander looked like a badass. He got he stole the win and then got beat up by Starks. Oh, shit. All right, so we got the win, and Cole is beating the teetotum shit out of Mr. Jericho. Off the stage. Wow. My shit just literally glitched forward, so I caught up, I think. Yeah, I got a great point, KJ. Thank you. Ronnie getting some love. True, boss. All of the great talent they lost to AEW because they couldn't figure it out and walk away from the guys who no longer need to be there. Here's an interesting thing about this, and my theory has always been this, Mr. Boston. As Jericho staggers down the stairs, rough day at the office for Jericho. Oh, to Jungle and Darby. My take on this is always, it's not that I don't think it was a matter of they couldn't figure out what to do or how to do it. I honestly thought Vince got to a point of just keep pushing, yeah, Bray, or yeah, Malachi. Great, your stories are wonderful, but just fuck it. And then when they started getting creative, Vince would pull it back because Vince is Vince. But yeah, stop and start booking, mishandling, lack of communication, lack of direction. It's all things that we were hoping went away with Vince, but Vince never went away, kind of. So here we are still dealing with it. We really are. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. There was hope that more and more people, we saw a lot of the influx of the signings coming back to WWE. So there are the pros to WWE. And I mean, we joked about it last week, me and Nick, of FTR signs a 4-year deal with AEW saying it's best for our career, which you have your reasons. I never object to your reasons for doing what you did. But as far as a career goes, here they are. They both take L's to Jay Lethal and Jarrett in the same week. I know it's early. We got 4 years, but I'm worried. I'm worried about that booking. So we'll see. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Y2J is the best in wrestling. J-Boy, we're not going to get along if you keep saying things like that. We're not. I'm just kidding. But there was a time that Y2J, and like I say, I'm not going to go on a big, long Y2J tangent. By the way, we are in a commercial break. And if you are just tuning in, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are your alternative commentary for all the shows. We do not stop. We will be back tomorrow for Impact. Friday, we got SmackDown from San Juan. Saturday, we will be live for Backlash. It's going to be a fun one. We're going live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then, folks, we're going all the way through it. And we'll probably have other screens on, a little bit of Wrestling Revolver. What? Thank you. Just you can hear his voice in my head, in your head when I say this shit. But yeah, we got so much going on, folks. So do not forget that. And truthfully, speaking of forgetting, I kind of forget the point I was rambling on to now. But that all being said, we got the first bit of Wrasslin under our belts tonight. Okay start to the show. If you're a fan of it, you were probably pretty happy. Oh, back to Jericho. Jericho's lost his fucking mind. That's me being honest and blunt and pretty nice about it. Josh, good to see you. Welcome back, buddy. Dun, dun, dun. Adam Cole beat Jericho's ass. It was a good beating. That was the best part of all of it. If we could have just skipped to that part, 10 out of 10. Few points off for some of the shit we had to watch. Cole and Company wins. Orange Cassidy does not lose. With what Triple H did in NXT, you'd think he'd be allowed him firm control over creative. That's always been the funny thing to me about it, is that, and now I'm just bouncing. You guys can follow along with me, and I'll get back to where I was going. The interesting thing with that is Vince doesn't give a fuck. Like it's his vision, it's his. And I think when Vince stepped aside, whether fully or just physically, I believe that people did believe in Triple H. Even some of the moves, and you saw early reports like people aren't overly happy and da. Time. Now, I read a story a couple days ago how, Triple H is still trying to iron out, remember, long-term booking, long-term planning. So Triple H couldn't just make a hard left on everything. So, there talks about he's trying to iron out some of Vince's stuff, but rumor is Vince keeps dropping more stuff in. Oh, we're in the back. If I slipped on mic, I'm not sorry. Jericho mad. Security pushing Cole out of the arena. Now Britt's giving Jericho the slap. Smack. Bray is milking. Bray will be back. There's also little things of like, okay, well, you had to leave because you were injured, or you had an emergency or a family issue. You step back. You don't necessarily come right back in. Like I imagine there's communication between employee and employer at times, guys. Yeah, Britt clapped him upside the head. BC, some scars to leave. Here we go. DMD slapped the shit out of Jericho. Where's CJ when I need him? But that is, she smacked the mouth right off him. And no, BCC. So that rivalry continues. We knew it would. Adam Cole has to go over Jericho, though. How do you guys feel about the BCC? Give me some BCC opinions, guys. She slaps harder than Will Smith. I was going to say, Jericho's probably a little bigger than Chris Rock. Shots fired. Keep my baby out of your damn mouth. I didn't curse. Mox rolling his eyes, listening to Danielson. Probably, right? He's not talking about bones. I want to crush bones. I'm going to eat your flesh and break your bones. It's the same shit always with Moxley. Moxley's the same. I like it. Ton of talent. There you go. I agree. Lots of talent. Brian with a chip on his shoulder has been a bit better. The storyline hasn't. I don't love the storyline just because of some of the way it's being told. We'll talk, Tyler. We'll talk. With reports of Alexa Bliss returning, who does she face with at night? I don't know if she faces anyone at Night of Champions. That'll be really interesting if it's that kind of turnaround, Richard. It's possible. So we're getting Moxley, Kenny Omega in a steel cage. Just a reminder of that little ditty. There you go. Every day you're buffering. Wheeler not impressed with but it's cool. Yeah, Wheeler's the young guy, though, right? Like, Wheeler's supposed to be kind of the wallflower. I've seen there's something there with Wheeler. I just don't know if he has enough personality. Question. I guess because she had a match? Okay, fair enough. I just figured if Britt was going to run back there and smack the shit out of Cole, that she might get jumped by Outcast. But right now, we got the Outcast coming to the ring. Saraya with an L on her forehead. Boo. Vitamins in my soul, something to fill my bowl. See, I got to read the comment before I get to the end of it. What's up, Scott? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Did KJ answer my Disney question yet? I'm buffering. I did not answer your Disney question. Was it Disney question? Moxley. All right. I think they got to get rid of Wild Thing as a song, though, guys. Come on. I really think, okay, I can get behind the BCC a little bit. I mean, Moxley to me is just too simple. But nonetheless, I digress. The song has to go. The song has to go. I can't be the only one that's like, okay, enough of this. Especially if you guys are going to be heels. Mox rolling his eyes. Got that one. Not a fan of the Outcast. The Outcast shit's been weak. That's the problem. Saraya got introduced as a baby face. She did a promo so hard in the wrong direction, she accidentally became a baby heel. So they had to pivot and change their plans because they didn't want Saraya to be a heel. They thought, everybody was thrilled to have her back. And then she walked in the ring and told everyone how her shit don't stink. And the fans didn't like it. So here we are. The Outcasts have been sloppy. We've had segments like with the librarian, segments with fake fans, it's all been, as my grandmother would say, shite. It's been shite. Damn, Paige is looking good, though. Boston, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I hate to bag on the lady. I was a gigantic Paige fan. So her coming back to wrestling was a pretty good news. Saraya hasn't been great. I'm not clicking on. Oh, that one's kind of funny. I'll give that one. Saraya wins with shenanigans. I'm with you on that 100%. Anyone else? Damien taking Saraya. Thumbs down for the Outcast. So I'm guessing Damien's also. Yeah, I just read you. That makes the two of us, Scott. Fair enough. What happened to Sheeta? Wasn't she in this story? Sheeta was hurt, came back. She was kind of in the story. Rio was kind of in the story. Willow was kind of in the story. Willow's a lady that I think should just exclusively be on Ring of Honor and be pushed as a babyface on Ring of Honor. She started to get over with me. I'm starting to see her for the talented babyface that I believe she can be. So, not a fan. Although they are talented, I don't feel like Outsiders matches are impressive. Are you referring to the Outcast? Or yeah. No, the AEW's women's division has lacked solid matches. Like a good, solid wrestling match. There's not too many AEW women's matches that you could compare to Rhea and Charlotte from Mania, or Bianca and Sasha from Mania, or, there's a list. But I'm not saying they've never had a good one. I know the fans are going to jump on me. KJ, what about this one? They've had good ones. Most of their good ones, though, were gimmicky, right? Death matches or brawls. And that a lot of times covers up the true wrestling ability, right? It's easier to kind of go through the motions and beat someone with a kendo stick than deliver a few really solid technical moves. Saraya needs a tan. That is Saraya with a tan, bro. She's translucent otherwise. She could sit she can sit in one of those suntan booths for a while, come out chalky white. What's up, Kayla? How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you. Bobby will be back. Some love for money. Is Samoa Joe only on ROH? Yeah, that's how it's been. Definitely been that way since, like, we haven't seen him come back up, and that's what I want. Yuta, we see on both shows. Cesaro, we see on both shows. Willow, we're getting on both shows. If you're going to build Ring of Honor the way it deserves to be rebuilt, you pick a chunk of the roster that is exclusively Ring of Honor. And I've said this before, guys. I am in picture, by the way, with Saraya in control of Willow. If you haven't made a prediction, I'm all ears. But I believe that, where was I going with that? Where do we click on? I believe all the talent should be just 100% on their own shows. They shouldn't have the crossovers. And we've said it multiple times that Tony will consistently, I got so many wrestlers and no TV time. Well, we didn't see the same fuckers, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and, maybe back off. And we didn't, spread out that. You got time. Just use it more effectively. It's this way we don't have to see Orange Cassidy every week. Not just Orange Cassidy, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, you name it. There's too many, fuck them again. The Outcasts are just Jack Nicholson jokers in the art gallery Q party. They're not even that entertaining, though, Nick. Jack dancing around with his goons and they're painting everything. You got Prince music playing. That was entertaining. The Outcasts lack entertainment, but I definitely get the colorful comparable. The NWO knockoff Jack Nicholson gimmick is, I don't think it's doing what you wanted to do for them. That's all I'm saying. The best thing they did was when they slid into the ring, no music, no bullshit, no giggling, no gimmick, slide in the ring and kick the shit out of Britt Baker. Perfect. They need to do shit like that. You can't have this gimmicky spot in the back or this nonsense with the spray paint. Just be badasses. Ruby can be a badass. I'm sure Saraya can be a badass. She looks like a badass. That was a great looking roll up. Wow. I will say, folks, if you're watching at home right now, is the crowd quiet to you? Yeah, back to the library. Go read a book about wrestling. Might help. Did you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? That's one of the best lines ever, C-Money. It's a classic. Samoa Joe only in Ring of Honor. Got that one. Do you think Haley Cameron will help in the AEW women's division? KJ, she just signed. It's going to take time. And again, anybody can help. It's all how you book it. Ruby just got pounced, and it looked rough. Wow. Well, Willow's about to lose. Unbroken. I'm not clicking on that one, but I'll let it go. I'll be back. I think throughout wrestling, Impact has the best women's division, both singles and tag teams, and the best storyline for the women. A lot of times that is accurate. They are on a bit of a downtick. They've gone through some changes, some transitions, and you know what? They gave the belt back to somebody who's tried and true in Deonna. Grace is still there, even though there's rumors that her contract's up or close to up. Okay, so when does Britt come out? And does she come out like with her crew, or do they run out one at a time so they all get music? Remember a couple weeks ago they did that? I think Saraya didn't want to click on that one. Shit! I shouldn't have clicked on that one. After the draft goes into effect, what show will be better, Raw or SmackDown? The 2-hour show is always going to get the nod, Richard. I think both shows are lining up pretty good. Raw is going to have more filler just by the nature of what it is. SmackDown overall, I think, has a little bit better Hey, did somebody ask about Sheeta? Sheeta's spraying people green. Wait, but then you get a double swerve because Hater and Britt are here. Ah, she's not changing. Ah! What is happening? Oh, that's not Maze, honey. Taz said Sheeta worked on commentary. Work him on commentary? What? Welcome back, Zodiac. Sheeta just smashing the shit out of everybody. I took it. I took the bait. I thought it was happening. I'm telling you, man. This is Russo incarnate. More Miz TV for Raw. Yeah. Such a terrible time filler. They love Sheeta way too much to turn her. But she's excellent. She is good. Give me Sheeta 100 times out of 100 over Rio. I don't want to hear shit about how good Rio is. Very evil. Holy Sheeta. Look who it is. We just brought her up. That's really funny, dude. Well, she's back. My voice is cracking, so I'm pretty happy about it, I suppose. What's up, Heather? How you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you for joining us. Nick for U.S. president. I'm in. I'll vote. Mostly because I'm in Canada. So, hey. Unnecessary heel turn is unnecessary. Well, she didn't do the heel turn, so we're good. I didn't mind that swerve. I thought that was a solid move. Again, I've been very critical of all this, but at least that was a little, oh, wait, shit. Oh, no, good. That was better than most things. Now, keep in mind, the last match was a shit show as well with a brawl after the match. So that's 2 for 2 on, brawls after matches. Wow. What? Okay, so I got the House of Black, and Malachi opens with some heat. They drop the belts down. I realize some people get away with murder, and other people get punished for following the rules. I've been singing that was on earlier for some reason. I would have popped if they would have spray painted Russo was here. Right? Fuck. If AEW signs Mercedes Moné, then they will have the perfect roster. No, they won't. One, she needs more than just her to wrestle. Two, I hope Mercedes Moné. I hope Sasha Banks signs with AEW. I hope she signs. But you know why, Robert? Why I hope? I hope because it will expose her. She's not a good promo. She's not a great worker in the ring. I know some marks out there are just, Sasha. There is a long list of women who are better at the job than she is. Period. Speaking of being good at the job, here come the Lucha Bros. Who needs a Backlash press conference? Let's go. WWE mild press conferences. I love wrestling. Thank you. Achavia spoken. Sheeta painted bro on the Outcast. She did. If you guys really want to know, it was AEW. That's what she chose to put on her. So, howdy, Heather. Dinkins, my man, how you doing? Back to picture-in-picture. You're going to picture-in-picture during an entrance. That's not a bad spot to put it. I'm okay with that. I don't understand why the WWE doesn't stack Raw to be the flagship show. It was in the 90s. You had the 3-hour time slot. The Rock is who made SmackDown a destination, but he's long gone. There's a couple of things that play here. One of the biggest reasons is now you have networks that really give a shit what you're doing, right? They might have got away with kind of a little more freedom back in the day, but they're trying to, you saw it with the draft, with their politically correct, everybody gets a medal draft where, oh, you can only draft from this pool, so you can take some of the shitty people too. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, they need what I like. What they did with Raw that I like is the fact that they did stack it with workhorses. You legitimately, every Raw can have multiple bangers on that show if you do it right. Will they do it right? Remains to be seen. I don't know. But we'll see. Time will tell with this. But Seth, Gunther, Cody, the list goes on of guys and girls that are just gonna go, and I'm looking forward to it. I think there's a lot of potential there for really good wrestling. Now, KJ, I run you this question: Jade versus Hayter at Wembley. Whew. I hope not. I really hope not, JV. Here's the thing: I think if you go to Wembley with you want to go to Wembley with a solid match. And I mean a match that's going to deliver in the ring, that's going to bang out, that's going to be strong, that's going to deliver. If you do Jade and Hayter, as of right now, today, that match will underwhelm. And that's just the way it is. Jade and Taya Valkyrie underwhelmed. Now what's going to happen with Taya? She's going to be lost in the abyss like the rest of them, or are we going to see more from her? I hope we get more from her. I hope there's a return. She's still pissed off. Vermin Supreme for VP. If ya know, ya know. There you go. I'm on Tony Storm's side. Backside. No. Not today. That Veronica Vaughn. House of Black is perfect. One of my favorite things going in AEW. Boston, you're not wrong. Great chemistry. Great combination of talent. Julia Hart looks amazing. And just underused, underutilized, underbooked. The trios belts are meaningless. They introduced those trios belts. It was almost like I'm sorry the Punk thing happened, Bucks. Here, they had the 7-match series, and even when they had the belts, they didn't get them over. They weren't giving us a whole bunch of fucking really good trios matches. They weren't. Now the House of Black has them, and they're not getting booked. They're not getting used. We see Orange Cassidy every fucking week, but we can't see Malachi. We can't see the House of Black. What are we doing? They're highly talented. So as a fan, I'm wondering, Tony, what are you doing? Why can't I see a guy like Hobbs, not with QT Marshall? Why are we not seeing more Wardlow? What are you doing? Why is FTR in a bullshit storyline? Why is Mark Briscoe not Ring of Honor champion or Ring of Honor TV champion? Why did that not happen? I don't know. All these questions. Britt and Jade, no. Clash of Styles, I think it'd be sloppy. I think it'd be ugly. I don't think it works. I'm happy that Roderick Strong is all elite. Yeah, it's good. I'm not exactly jumping out of my chair, but Roddy can wrestle. One of his campaigns, no one's surprised he said he wasn't batshit. There you go. Outcast feud is weird because everyone involved except Sheeta are heels. This whole feud is weird. The revolving door of it's Britt, Jamie, and somebody. Oh, here's Rio. Here's Willow. Here's this person. Here's this person. It's just, it's been shit. It's been weak. It's been poorly written. Bad wrestling. And I don't know how many people can argue with that. I'm all ears if you love what's happening with the Outcast. The House of Black are my favorite. House of Black laying down their open house rules. Well, they should fucking do something. Let's go. Oh, and the trios battle royal. I want predictions on this one. Vikinga and Lucha is a good show. So, is it one member or all three? How are we doing this time? AEW has revolving rules for the Battle Royals. I'm curious. What do you got? What's going to happen? Not Earl says Britt and Jamie have been faces for some time now. It's a true story. I get where we're going with that. But at the end of the day, it's just they became baby faces out of necessity. I love Britt. I think she's great. I think Jamie Hayter's talented and got a bright future. Her entire title run has been overshadowed by Britt Baker. At every chance, Britt Baker's been the star. She's got the better moves. She got the better moments. She's had bigger run-ins. She's been the hero. She gets the pins. Sorry, Jamie. Bad time. Oh, my condolences to Taya Valkyrie. She lost her grandmother. T's and P's, Victor. Thank you for throwing that out there. We were just speaking of the very talented Taya. And yeah, very sad story. So yeah, thoughts and prayers going her way. Von Wagner in Viking gear. That would be like a rave gone bad. I thought that was funny. I said that the other night. I'm like, just put Von Wagner with the Vikings. Fuck it. He kind of looks like one. I don't know what they're going to do with Von Wagner. And I read that, is it true? Like the free agents can go to either show, but eventually they would have to be signed and claimed by somebody. They're not just consistently floating forever. And then if you have floaters, why is someone like Ali a floater? You didn't get drafted. Go to NXT. Fuck off. What are we doing? Yeah, they were. The Elite versus Dark Triangle was epic. Was it epic? Earl, I hate to disagree with you. The ratings disagree with you. There was a couple. That 7-match series wasn't good. Sorry. I understand why people might like it, but I don't know. One of the reasons I've stopped watching. Yeah, no kidding. Unbroken Real Vikings. My Heritage never had horned helmets. Unbroken Real Vikings. My Heritage never had horned helmets. Have you seen the pictures? Have you seen the shows? There's a lot of there's a lot of them. Oh, wait a minute. All right, we got an elimination or two. The Acclaimed have arrived. All three. Okay. Yeah, that's a solid bet for the win. But then it would be them against. Okay. I mean, you had the Luchas have the belt. Oh, Vikingo behind Hobbs. So, Tiny Vikingo going to get rid of Hobbs? Hobbs should just flick this man into the 5th row. What are we doing? Poor Hobbs. I feel like Hayter's title reign has been lackluster, and she hasn't defended the belt often. Nope. Very good. I completely agree. Spot on. There he goes. Bye, Vikingo. Bye, Luchas. I guess whoever predicted that wasn't right. I bet it's going to be QTV. It's going to be fucking QTV. No, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Fuck. He cussed the slot tonight. Okay. You haven't made it until you're on Botchamania. Very true. You haven't made it till you're on Botchamania. We'll make it. Clay, how you doing? What's up? I'm watching the NBA playoffs now. Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics. Are you watching? No, I'm watching wrestling at the moment. But tight series. I got Philly. Wow, the blade just laid out. Wait. Are the Street All right, so the Butcher and the Blade scissoring. He's just sharpening his blade, folks. Relax. He's just sharpening his blade. Pause. Who had a birthday? Hey! One of our regulars, one of our favorite friends, Hasim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Well, you got some AEW on your birthday. That's always good. You got a little bit of Wrasslin for life for your birthday. That's always good. I thought everyone liked Jamie. We do like Jamie. She's just not. We like her. It's kind of the story of Dynamite lately is we really like her. We just want to see her do some stuff. And when she does some stuff, she's overshadowed by Britt. You got to book it in a way that we buy all the way into these characters. Big vertical suplex. Virtual shots. Butcher, Blade, and My Chemical Romance. JV. That's funny as shit. No, I think it's going to be I'm so confused by the decision, but the Acclaimed and Billy against the House of Black? Whew, they'll probably lose too. Well, Ali was a former cop. The man can go anywhere he wants. Wait, why? Because he used to be a cop? That doesn't make any sense. QTV's gone. Yeah, I was wrong about that. KJ, it was the composer, Wagner. SP, wait, with W, the Night of the Valkyrie, who used a prop. I think I caught again most of that, and you're going with Night of the Valkyrie. Okay, who used a prop? I love you, Larry. Hobbs needs Oshkosh by Gosh scarf. I think scarves are trademarked. Britt and Jade. There you go. There you go. Some birthday love. I love it. I love it. This match is boring. I'm going to make a coffee. Cheers. Oh, my shit stopped. Oh. Weird. Such weird booking. Sorry, my great-great-grandfather started the Viking horn. It's true. I come from a place where there's Viking settlements, so think about that. Butcher and the Blade win a match. That's when the world ends. Oh. I don't get it. I don't get it. How long till Otis chooses the over Gable, thus pushing Gable towards the IC title? I don't think it leads to the IC title, Richard. I don't. There they go. So, yeah. So, the Acclaim with Billy are going to take on your trio champions, the House of Black. Whew. I don't know how I feel about that. Anybody got an opinion? Any AEW fan out tonight, sitting here watching, like pumped right now that this just happened? How do we feel? How do we feel? For what clip? I don't know what clip. What is happening? You guys on drugs? What is happening in my life right now? Should I check my business? Check my business. Acclaim versus House of Black. Interesting. Yeah, I guess. I'd be all right. I mean, the Acclaim just became a trios by getting Billy involved. Interesting. Acclaim should have FTR rematch. Oh, I don't know if you've noticed, but FTR only gets singles matches when they're in AEW. It's a weird thing. It's this weird thing they do. Here, have the belts and then be singles. Hey, Larry, do you think that Jade Cargill and Taya Valkyrie will have a rematch? Larry, I think he's talking to you, bud. They should. KJ, you got to do a victory lap. Why am I doing a victory lap? For what? For the Acclaimed? Come on. There's got to be something else happening. Oh, Sammy watched last week's show. You just left me. Ricky Starks first Rock Hard Pause. Juice Robinson tonight. That's a good t-shirt to have. All right, so I got MJF fake emoting. Oh, wait, what? Is that legit? Shut the fuck up. It took a minute. Got there, though. That's awesome. Thank you, C Money. I thought you guys were fucking around. Oh. Big Nick? Who else brought that up? What the fuck? Well, shout out to Botchamania. All right. Big, little things stopping, big things popping. Fuck it. We're going back into a break, I believe. I posted a timestamp clip in Discord. All right, C Money. I appreciate it, bro. I like when crazy shit happens while I'm live. What is up? Come and knock on my door. How does Little Caesars know when to bring back pretzel crust? I'm sure they've got it down to a science. Okay. Unbroken. If a plane crashes on the U.S.-Canada border, where do you bury the survivors? No Google. I like that question. Bury them on your side. You got more dead people than we do. Y'all kill each other more. Just kidding. It's true. The only surprise tonight so far is Sharashida is back. Yeah, bit of a surprise. It was a good one, though. I liked the little double swerve. It was cute. Based on Trinity's interview, do you think Sasha and Naomi ever come back to WWE, or are they done? In wrestling, the rule is never say never. We've seen some crazy shit go down, and for me, never say never. There was things I never thought would happen. I never thought Cody Rhodes would jump from AEW back to WWE. I never thought CM Punk would show up in AEW. I never thought fucking Ric Flair would have fucking 18 retirement matches. That in 2022, I'd be sitting here on YouTube talking about Ric Flair's last match. Never say never. Things change. Bridges can be mended. If you're a professional, mature adult, hello, Bucks, you can get past things. Shit happens. Were they mishandled? Were they mistreated? I don't refute anything she said. Like that, Trinity spoke with a great deal of emotion and passion. And, it was very genuine. If anyone from the other side came out and refuted her story, I wouldn't believe them. Because just how, the read you get off her, her heart's into it. So it's unfortunate. But never, ever say never, Richard. Fuck, we saw Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon shake hands in the WWE. Like, Never say never. You guys say pause a lot. I sense some type of masculinity complex. Definitely. That's why I grew the big beard and everything else. It's just all masculinity complex. It's actually, if I can help you out a little bit, Unbroken, it is a maturity complex, as in we lack it at times. Sorry. Not sorry. The Young Bucks want a match with the Usos. KJ, what do you think about that? Would they go under? That's my first question. Would they go under? Young Bucks and Usos would be great. Young Usos are better though. Usos are better. Usos are a better draw and two better professional wrestlers. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. The Usos are better than Young Bucks and always have been. I got the invisible creepy hand and Kenny. That's quite the scar there, boss. PMG, no, someone fell for my question. OMG. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I'm like trying to figure out what wrestling group is that. What am I missing in my life? There you go. See, this is good because Callis talking for Kenny helps sometimes. Callis can speak with that venom. I sometimes think Kenny to me comes off of like a guy that would be nice, like a nice guy. Maybe a little bit bitchy at times, but generally like just kind of he doesn't really have that like I'm gonna fucking kill you in him. Like I don't. Speaking of masculinity complexes, I that's where I like Callis. But I mean Moxley, Kenny in a cage. Let's hope it's a banger. And I will forever say Kenny Omega would be better off if he wasn't tethering two testicles around the size of grapefruits, also known as the Young Bucks. Trinity was unhappy in WWE. She gave a very emotional speech about it. Yeah, exactly, Earl. And again, I always appreciate somebody being genuine, and everyone's got a story. And it couldn't have been easy. It could not have been easy for her because look at all the uncertainty. And a lot of people, like, you know, the speculation, and she just followed Sasha out. No, she had her own gripes and grievances. So we'll see. Never say never. And you know what? If she signed with AEW, she'd instantly be the most talented wrestler they have. So go for it. Good night. 1 week away in a steel cage. John Moxley, Kenny Omega. Bum, bum, bum. The safest never in wrestling is WWE brand split will not last. That's a safe never. Steve, I agree. We're gonna have to define last. I'm curious. A lot of the arguing you've seen on this channel, the bantering, all is under the premise they have to do what they say they're going to do. If they don't, if they did all this draft and they go backwards on it and it's fluffy, yeah, we're right back in the same boat. Then two belts don't make fucking sense at all. They got to stick it out. They got to stick it out at least a year. Get to Mania 40. And if you didn't like the draft split or the brand split, then after Mania 40, you can go back to something else. But you got to give it a run. You got to tell people. The biggest thing I think all wrestling companies, the two big ones in particular, they got to show the fans that they're not full of shit. Because even the most diehard of WWE fans and the most diehard AEW fans have that closet skepticism. Like, we'll see. But you have to prove us you're not full of shit. If you got a big announcement, make it a big announcement. If you're going to do a brand split, do a brand split. Make it count. Make it work. By the way, shout out to AEW who reportedly went 36,000 tickets for All In on the pre-sale? Really good, really good. For the people that said they wouldn't break 20, wouldn't break 10, that was a little naive. The people that think they're going to hit 90, also naive, but 36 is outstanding. It's going to be a fun fucking show if he books it well. And Tony's booking style has always been good for pay-per-views. Almost always. The length, I'm worried that you might try and fit 45 matches into a Wembley show. Do you think Kenny will be WWE bound or will he retire in AEW? I don't know. I mean, I would imagine he'd stay where he's most comfortable. I know the stories about he's not happy, and I could just see him running out his contract. Like when his contract ends, just I'm done. Does he really want to travel more? Does he really? Kenny just seems to like be doing his thing. And realistically, guys, Kenny and the Bucks do not wrestle a lot. You know, Wardlow beating up another jobber. What the fuck is happening? Anybody understand or somebody help me out? I need help. Usually I got a buddy here and he fills in some gaps. What the fuck are they doing with Wardlow? Did they just hit the reset button? Is this a fucking Nintendo? Like, yeah, I said Nintendo. Like, why are we resetting Wardlow and he's jobbing guys? I'm so confused. Oh, it climbed. So there you go. Last I saw was about dinner time. So, oh, there you go, 40. They got potential. They got potential. But you imagine the pre-sale is going to be a pretty fucking heavy indicator of where we're going with this. I'm not saying I'm not saying that it's a failure if they don't hit 90, but I still don't think. I mean, they're almost halfway there. Weirder things have happened. Here comes Christian. Young Bucks are better. Harper. Oh, you make me sad. Not true, buddy. In this humble opinion, there's a lot of places I can point to. The Usos are outstanding. I think the Usos get overlooked because they are in a company that doesn't love tag team wrestling. So they had like 8 years of wrestling the New Day. But as far as putting a solid match together, telling a story in the ring, that's not the Bucks. The Bucks can't do it. The Bucks are great spot show wrestlers. They're great at, look at the tricks. But they're not great at pulling in ratings. They're not great at telling a story. There are parts of some stories, but I hate to say it. I'm all for, I think the Usos are miles past the Bucks. Miles. Wardlow laying down the TNT open challenge to Luchasaurus. Makes sense. How do we feel about fucking Luchasaurus going to the next level here and really diving into the Lucha Kane look? Legion of Lucha here. Oh, wait. It's going to be Christian? Christian just accepted the challenge? Not the big dinosaur? What did Michael say? That's amazing. I need to see the Bucks have a good feud with a good storyline and good dialogue before I worry about the wrestling. My man. Nailed it. I'm right with you, Keyshawn. That's what I would like. That's what I want from the Bucks. Everyone told me, and I'd seen them in New Japan. I know what they've done in New Japan. But remember, they weren't fucking main event guys. There was always guys better than them. They're okay. They're not overly big. I'm not going to take anything away from their athleticism. Some of their tandem offense is outstanding. But they're not even in the top 10 best tag teams ever, guys. If you're being real, if you step back and start looking at some tag teams, the Bucks aren't what you think they are. Hasn't Kenny always had the dream of wrestling a match at Mania? Could we possibly see the year Kenny in ending WWE with him and AJ putting on a banger? I love that idea, Boston. I do. It may be true. A lot of the wrestlers, that's the always been the one thing that, you know, the WWE's had over other companies is that you don't grow up dreaming about, maybe future kids will, but nobody grew up dreaming about, I want to be in AEW. It didn't exist. So all these wrestlers grew up, you know, Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold and The Rock and Brett and, you know, Trish and Lita, and that's what they were looking up to. So could Kenny say, yeah, I got an opportunity to scratch an itch? How fucking crazy. I don't know if apropos or ironic is the right word here, but Kenny versus Cody at WrestleMania 41 as one of the main events. And I get what you're saying. Kenny, AJ, better match. I agree. But just the optics of Cody Rhodes, like EVP versus EVP at WrestleMania. Gee, it's hard to argue with that. Michael, I have no problem with that. There you go. Start, stop. Yeah, and I think that's the inconsistency. And I think that's what drives us nuts the most about fans. I don't give a shit if it's a bad storyline, but it's the giving up on the storylines, right? Like we've seen it in both companies. Both companies very guilty of it. And too often, that's where you start getting very disconnected as an audience base, right? You tune in and you're like, oh shit, I'm buying into this. And then it goes away or it doesn't work out or they just toss it aside, right? I mean, Viking Raiders are a good example of that. When you bring up the Viking Raiders, everyone kind of chuckles. But when we found out the Viking Raiders were going to WWE, whoo, we were pumped. That was a huge signing. The War Raiders decimate everybody. This is going to be amazing. And then we get the watered down version. So there's been a lot of cases of that. Even on the other show, you know, like I said, we try and be as unbiased as possible, guys. I mean, we got the Miros of the world out there. You know, we've lost a lot of other folks, other things that didn't pan out. I get it. A brawl kind of changed a bunch of shit at some time. But the firm never amounted to shit. There was no backup plan. We'll see. But stopping and starting is, you have a Monday show, you have a Friday show. You have a Wednesday show, you have a Saturday show. Just ride it and make it consistent, make it work. People will tune in. And the Bloodline is the perfect example of that. If the story is compelling, people will tune in and stay. They're at Mark Briscoe's house now. Fuck me running. Speaking of fucking me running.
Pause the hell on that. I picked the worst time to get a walk in, I guess.
Right. That was wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal and Sanjay and all of them.
It's fucking depressing.
Yeah, it almost halfway feels a little sacrilegious a bit.
Oh, now they're all on the farm working to be his buddy.
Jeff with his
I don't understand this.
No one does. Welcome. Has AEW's budget gotten cut because now they got rid of Dark and Dark Elevation and all of that? Of now we've got to have the firm deletion. We got to be out here on Sandy, in Sandy Hook, Sandy Fort, Delaware, and everything like that. Of now we've just got to start filming on location because we can't afford the studio in Jacksonville.
KJ has to give each 10 cents every time he cusses. My daughter says the same thing.
I was going to say, I'll just start on a tirade here.
The swear jar is a full. The girl going to a good college.
I'll just start, quoting the Jay and Silent Bob rap. Wait a minute. Hi. I kind of had a mark out moment with the fact that we're on Botchamania.
Yeah, okay. So I saw people fucking bantering about Botchamania, and I didn't see that you had made a comment.
I didn't notice until I looked in our Discord, which shout out, by the way, our Discord is there and everything like that. So 100% check that out. As I've got the ever buried Ricky Starks coming out right now. Absolute as in absolutely buried. But yeah.
Well, so I mean, he's had a chance
in the Discord, and
go back.
By me looking, let me know that your interview with Cole, the clip that he wanted to be featured on Botchamania, shout out my homie Cole. Hi, bud. Matthew from Botchamania, Matthew Gregg, put it on his newest episode of Botchamania. If you go about 8.5 minutes into the episode, it pulls up your interview with Cole and it plays it with the clip of the botch and everything, that infamous spot. So yeah, I kind of had a little bit of a mark out moment there. We try not to, but a little bit.
You know, people are gonna be like, dude, I mean, that's cool. You always have these little milestones and these little funny things that happen that you don't.
When people you remember watching and everything, like I'm gonna be honest,
right?
How many people watched Botchamania? Like I watched that plenty of times before I was ever on here, and so now knowing that our stuff's on there, it's like, okay, that's a bit of a win.
That's good. No, I saw the comments and I was like, usually the chat's fucking with us, so I wasn't quite, you know.
Well, yeah, when it's me and Sumani, we're like, no. But so Jay Lethal has gone from debuted to Rampage to now you just get to help bring out Juice Robinson and then walk to the back in your Martha Stewart finest. Like
I was gonna say, where did he park his yacht?
You're right. Does mother know thou weareth her drapes?
Right.
Just what the fuck? Like, how have you taken him from here and just a little bit lower, a little bit lower?
We went from Mark Briscoe petting his chicken to Rock Hard. So,
and
I'm just saying that's how it works.
I get it. It's just one of those of just how this is getting impact levels. Like this is getting TNA. All we're missing is Russo, Dixie Carter, and well, we've already got Samoa Joe, and all we're missing is a Steiner and AJ Styles. But Starks versus Juice Robinson, folks. So give us your prediction, who you're taking, and why is it most likely to the show, Nick?
Nick's like, I got it.
Hi. Just hi.
You're excited.
I'm very much 100%. Strap on and strap in. Back at it like a jackrabbit. Here with a conversation with the congregation. Got all the gimmicks.
With all the gimmicks. What would happen with Juice and OC? You'd have to concentrate.
He'd be below Mission.
You'd have to concentrate. Dad joke of the day.
Dad joke and a half right there. You can have that. Not even.
Well, you just got to fucking concentrate on the show as it is. Like, oh shit, these two are all right.
Well, it's just this is where you went with Ricky Starks. Like, and it's not even Jay White's involved with the feud. Like Juice Robinson. Like,
but I like Juice. I just don't understand.
It's not a hate on Juice. It's you have filet and you chose ground beef instead. Like, what the fuck? You can have filet mignon or a hamburger. They took the hamburger.
That's actually a really good way to put this, man. And I keep saying it. My favorite analogy for AEW right now is he has all the ingredients for a perfect cookout. He just can't figure out how to fucking mash a tater or make some salad, and it doesn't turn out well. And that's kind of what we got here. Jay's good. Smoke. I almost called him Smokey Robinson. And Ricky, all stars. All have star potential.
Yeah, but it seems like ever since, like, in this whole situation of Ricky's, like, Boys in the Hood of, Ricky got hit. Ricky!
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sorry. I just...
He took a minute there. I was like, has he not watched the movie?
What state has the lowest soda sales in the USA? Is it Utah? I feel like you're not allowed to do anything in Utah.
Why are... I know we're a vitamin-friendly channel, but goddamn. But I've got, big back body drop off the steps. So Denver? Does that show how much more it hurts? Like when Omos or Paul White or anybody does a back body drop or a back front slam? Because they're at that same height of being standing there up on the steps.
Right. June, apparently.
Yeah, well, and also we're allegedly going to have CM Punk and maybe supposedly either another debut or another big return.
Yeah, I know.
I'm interested that now to have this show that I feel like Warner Discovery is like, all right, but all your YouTube shit, you're done with that. Like, we're not playing games anymore. Like, no, if you're gonna have content, it's gonna be here.
Well, and you know what? To be a responsible, fiscally responsible business owner, you have to look at your fucking staff. You got to look at what you got going on and make some decisions. And who's going to go where and who don't you have room for? Who needs to move on? Let them go try and build a name for themselves.
In Ring of Honor, because that's where they'll end up.
Right now, when do they get rid of fucking Rampage? Because I'm telling you, it will be a decision between Rampage and Collision on this channel.
Very, very true. Very true. Very true. So far, Collision hasn't even started or technically been announced yet. It's all been speculated, and it's already winning in the polls here.
What's that?
I was saying how Collision hasn't even already been announced or anything like that. It's all just speculated. And already, I feel like we'd rather watch Collision than Rampage.
Well, if the rumor is that there's going to be a Saturday CM Punk show, like CM Punk and Friends show, fucking sign me up.
CM Punk and the Super Friends.
I'm telling you. And if fucking Dynamite goes to shit because it's all the fucking Commanders and Young Bucks of the world and a lot of fucking Cutlet and shit, I might give up on Wednesdays too.
Just KJ White has been drafted to Friday Night SmackDown.
Saturday Night Collision.
Saturday Night Collision. That's where we've been drafted to, folks. See, even Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe out there, saying I'd take Collision over Rampage.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw Ricochet referred to as Rick O'Shea. And my like...
Right. It's almost like someone said that before.
Right.
I love you, Red Solo Cup.
Ricky's been lacking ever since he broke away from Taz and Cody. Well, he had moments, but then he got dusted by Hobbs. He went over on Jericho, but that Jericho's storylines never do anything for anybody's career. So I don't know.
He's fallen victim, like most of the guys in AEW, of every moment that their story should be good. It tends to just go sour. Of him versus Hobbs. Neither one at this point is one out from that. Hobbs has gotten buried, and it's now a more of who's gotten buried faster between Hobbs and Starks. Starks went over Jericho. Jericho's next in line for CM Punk. Starks is out here with Juice Robinson in a who gives a shit match. Starks was there versus MJF, and I even was out here saying I thought that was going to be he loses and then he circles back to it. At this point, he's taking the fucking long route, the detour route. Someone make sure his GPS is working right and he didn't borrow it from Veer, because Starks' position towards the main card, he's gotten all the way lost, whether it be through booking, what have you.
No, it's not been good. And again, I really feel like Tony sits down and he's like, oh, no, it'll be awesome. This guy turn on this guy, or we break up this faction. And so he does it. Oh, that was awesome. I loved it. Now what do I do with them? Shit. Like, it's lacking that depth. And I know some people claim that AEW has this substantial long-term storytelling and plans, but I think time and time again, we've kind of seen like, let's do this. And then you're like, now what do we do? Shit.
Well, I was going to say, is it because the average hardcore AEW fan's attention span doesn't last longer than maybe 30 seconds or so that when they see something that's gone over a week, they're like, this is long-term storytelling.
Right. Storylines haven't been AEW's strong point. They are pushed so fast and so come and go, very little substance, too much going on at one time. And generally, and just to add to that, I think you're bang on, and yeah, very much so. It's always like, there's always, like he says here, too much. Simplify.
Yeah, it's almost like TK went under the Vince Russo learning tree, I feel a bit with this. And shout out Kicks of, I know we had a good chat earlier today. But yeah, it's very much Tony Khan, whether it's the Colombian marching powder, allegedly, or anything like that, of or it's just he's got so many, pots in the stove here, so many pans in the stove here, pans in the fire. There we go. That he can't keep focus on anything, but it's not helping your supposed main focus. And we're not just bagging on AEW just because it's AEW. It's we want them to do well. We want the Wembley show to sell out. I think you were saying how it's got up to like 40,000 so far in pre-sale tickets.
Yeah.
We want it to do well. We want a 1A, 1B, like we want the back and forth. You want an NFC to your AFC. You want a East division to your West division. But so far, this is a wrestling war both sides are trying to lose.
Or at least not staking a claim to at least fucking step forward.
Not trying to claim victory here, but Rochambeau with a 1, 2, 3 for Ricky Starks.
There you go. Yeah, it's like watching two drunk guys fight on the street, and they're just stumbling and bumbling over each other.
Did you see that? I whooped his ass. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You missed. You missed. You fell on your face.
You didn't land a punch. Not one.
Not one. Not a one.
Oh, and now here comes Jay White. What? Is Jay White the biggest failure of an AEW signing?
No.
That's going to Adam Cole. That's going to Brian
Adam
Danielson.
Cole might be there.
I think he's the biggest wasted opportunity. He failed to capitalize.
From that standpoint, maybe. I still think they draw. Like I think we signed, or AEW signed, Daniel Bryan, and it didn't exactly explode to the level I thought it would. Even CM Punk, he signed, and like a couple months in, they were like, we're kind of getting tired of him.
But I'll counter that real quick. But which is a bigger name, of Daniel Bryan or Jay White?
Daniel Bryan.
The mass of wrestling fans.
Daniel Bryan,
a certain audience, knows who Jay White is. Everyone knows Daniel Bryan. Everyone knows Brian Danielson.
And that's what I was going to say is the one thing that Jay didn't get was that pop, that like, oh shit. Like you never made it special that Jay White came here.
Oh, no, he snuck in, and then ever since then, it was, never even a follow-up after it or anything. But we're getting a special start time for Rampage where we're at 6:30.
Oh, 6:30.
With the firm deletion. Sounds so much like a plausible statement there.
It sounds like a fucking porno, to be honest, but hey. Jay White is a failure because his finisher is the same finisher as the failure Bray Wyatt. Wow, Rocco dropping bombs on everybody.
There you go. See, you spoken like a true paisan.
Victor, thank you again for your generosity. AEW Collision is set to start Saturday, June 17th.
And where we'll be, just like with everybody did you get your tickets, for All In? The only thing available was the nosebleeds. Well, we got front row center access here.
Right.
We're going to be live and in full effect for it.
I hope on June 15th, CM Punk walks out on SmackDown.
Could you imagine?
Like everyone was
the wrestling world burns to the ground,
right? Like everyone was like, "Oh, CM Punk and Triple H spoke," and in my head, the conversation was this: "Can you get out of your contract?
When's your contract run out?"
Right? He's like, "No, can you get out of it?"
When are they going to do their new show? Oh, there. I'll sign you the day before.
Yeah, what he said.
What's your asking price?
Right, Andrade, you can have him. Yeah, we already.
That's fine. WWE wants him.
Rollins didn't need a title to make a pop. Yeah, but that's not the point. And have fans interested, but they can't do it with Adam Cole. But he has that fan base for make that happen.
English doing Are You How?
And fans interested, but Rollins can have a belt, though, I think, in the sense that he's a workhorse. And he gets a huge pop.
Rollins is about to be the new, probably, world heavyweight champion. Oh, MJF sneaking into the locker room with Jungle Boy. I just want to talk. after Darby walks in.
Oh, I thought you were talking about yourself. It's like,
I mean, it's already a celebratory night, so I mean, might as well.
Right. I'm not really looking forward to the ultimate delete match. No, it's fucking stupid. There's no build to it. It's on Rampage at 6:30. Fuck you, Jeff Hardy. Fuck you, Matt Hardy. Excuse my language. I'll put a couple bucks in the swear jar. Bad decision. Another guy.
See, that's the thing is now, you get to watch, a match from the Hardy compound while you have dinner, just so Tony Khan can save a couple bucks because he can't rent out Daly's place.
I'm watching. Just get your shit together, man. You can put I don't believe we should have a deletion match. Just lickety split. Let's have it, but put it on Dynamite. It's the fucking Hardy Boys.
Put it on Double or Nothing. Your pay-per-view you have coming up. What? As KJ takes a pause for the cause, MJF out here trying to sell Jungle Boy. Excuse me. As of course, as KJ leaves is when I start coughing, but MJF trying to sell him on the dissension. But I think just MJF's presence might have helped sow the seeds of doubt with Darby there. But we are in commercial break, folks. Let me know how you're doing. It's a Wednesday night. We're here for Dynamite. Like I said, I'm at least popping because, we got mentioned or featured in Botch Media as well. But yeah, we got the main event for AEW Dynamite coming up next in a match that just makes my blood boil of Sammy and MJF versus Darby and Jungle Boy. And if Darby and Jungle Boy win, then the match at Double or Nothing is a fatal four-way when it should have just been MJF versus Darby from the jump. But anyways, how y'all doing? Burn deletion sounds like my last relationship. Fair enough. I agree with that, Chef. Seth Rollins is going to be the new heavyweight championship. I agree with that. Does Lana join AEW to be with Miro? Does CJ Perry join AEW? I feel like if she was going to, she would have done so already. I think she's still out there trying to pretend she's an actress. I made the comparison more about AEW's lackluster stories in regards to the great talent they have. Jay White and Adam Cole can be those guys for AEW, not so much harping on Rollins' greatness. Fair enough. Absolutely. 100%. Jay White and Adam Cole can be, could be, should be, would be those guys for AEW. It's the presentation and the storyline and the booking behind them that's really dampened that. Nick, what do you hope for Grayson Waller on SmackDown? I think from what I've heard so far is that they're putting a push behind him. I think he's a good talent. He's got a shitty, terrible finisher with that weird rollout side of the ring and then like cannonball cartwheel back in for a clothesline type of deal. But I think as far as on the mic as a character or personality, hopefully he hasn't gotten hurt again. I think he's fantastic. Just needs a new finisher. So I could see Austin Theory versus Grayson Waller, I think, with JD getting moved up to Raw. I know we're just talking about NXT talent at this point. I think him versus Finn, teacher versus mentor, isn't a bad shout. It's going to be interesting to see where a lot of these NXT guys fit in, especially the guys that were free agents like Von Wagner, Zion Quinn. Where do they go? Any Jay White or House of Black appearance tonight? Vance, well, so far we've already had Jay White. We just had Jay White in the Juice Robinson versus Ricky Starks match, which Ricky won. And I believe we already had House of Black. I just got here, but I think we've already had House of Black as well. But so we're setting up for the main event right now, folks. So if you haven't done so already, give us your predictions in the chat, whether you're taking Team Babyface of Darby Allin and Jungle Boy, or whether you're taking Team Heel, romantically involved of MJF and Sammy Guevara. That Von Wagner baby pig haunted my nightmares. Was it just a picture of a Sasquatch? But I've got Jungle Boy coming out right now, and the reaction's been fading with him, I feel. It's a bit quieter even during the pyro. The sing songs not working quite so much. The fans are out of sync with doing the wave. I think the Christian feud and how long it took did not help him, and he's not super great on the mic compared to the other three involved with this. Vance taking baby faces for the win. Boston saying, I watched this to hopefully get reinterested in AEW. I must say this episode didn't do it. Well, Boston, at least it kept you entertained and kept you interested in us, because that's what really matters, because we got you covered. We've said it before. Even if the wrestling sucks, we never do. But Tony Darby, Hawk Allen coming out right now. And I still feel it was setting up perfectly for Darby versus MJF. 100%. It was Darby as the 2023 Dusty, the angsty counterculture, I ain't got nothing from nowhere, versus MJF being the modern Ric Flair of the wheeling dealing, case stealing, limousine riding, jet flying out there. So this is why I dislike the idea of a four-way so much. Outside of I don't think it's built properly. I don't think I don't they're coming out in matching outfits. I told you it's a two-man power trip, 100%. They're bromantically involved. It's bromance is the tag team name.
I didn't love the idea of the Fatal 4-Way, because I think you're blowing your wad. You're burning something that you could have done in 4 parts and brought it along for years, especially when Jungle Boy was a little more seasoned, when Darby was a little more seasoned. Oh, but you decided to do the Fatal 4-Way. Fine, I'll roll with you. And then you did all this other fucking shit to try and trick us. Like, who out there last week was like, or right now was like, I wonder if we're getting a 4-Way. No, we fucking know the answer. That's Vince McMahon.
So the tournament meant nothing is what it really came down to. Like, we just did a tournament just because. All stuff that like that. It was a lot of pomp and circumstance just to get to where a good portion of us thought we were already going to get. But I do agree with you you could have had MJF versus Darby and MJF wins. You have MJF versus Sammy down the road. MJF wins. You have MJF versus Jungle Boy down the road, and MJF wins. And then now we start to get the winds of swirling, and everybody's lost MJF, but we're all supposed to be these 4 pillars. We're the top guys now. We all get your, like you wanted with Roman, of your training day of King Kong ain't got on me moment.
Absolutely, Nick. I mean, yeah. I mean, it just was. Is anyone sitting here wondering how this match is going to turn out? Oh, and they're doing the Rochambeau. Cute.
Well, I've got Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara starting it off right now. Arm drag.
See, money just. It's been pretty bad for at least 2 months straight. Feels like this stuff is just not for us, and I'm freaking love pro wrestling, so I don't know who it's for. When people say real wrestling, that's where I get confused.
Mm-hmm. This is for its core audience, which at this point we've established, even not exactly in attendance, but overall global viewership is about 800,000.
Yeah, that's insane.
No more, no less, never growing, always losing.
Yeah,
that's their audience.
And when their main event came on last week, it dropped to 730,000, I believe. Like, Raw did almost 2 million, and you are still scratching at 700,000. Like, fuck, come on now.
Yeah, they don't do anything to try and grab the audience beyond who's already there. If you are either into AEW or you're not, it's a clear-cut line. There's not even stuff of, well, I could kind of get behind this. I can't get behind that. There's no, you're either in or you're out.
Right. Now, folks, we do have the main event going on right now. If you haven't made a prediction on who's going to win, why not? And let us know. I mean, we all kind of know how this is going to work out, right?
Just a little bit. So I was going to say, because it's either we get the Fatal 4-Way or we get Sammy versus MJF at Double or Nothing. And who wants to see that?
See what? Sorry.
Sammy versus MJF, because that's what would be the main event of Double or Nothing if the heel team wins.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll give Mr. Cornette some credit on this one, is as far as, you know, his take of, if we are setting up for a pay-per-view that's going to be a finger poke of doom, why would we tune in?
Right.
It's a hard, like, why would you try and sell us on that as a possibility? I know you're setting it up where, oh, well, he wouldn't actually go through with it, but that's what you're selling us on. You have to believe the story. And if we don't believe the story, then why are you telling the story?
The only way that I could see them finding it out that isn't the Fatal 4-Way tonight would be that we get the full turn between MJF and Sammy, which then still, regardless how both have been booked, who do you cheer for? But that would be the only way if we get full dissension.
But I want to be live I want to be live on a pay-per-view when Sammy pins MJF for the belt and watch you react. I'll sit back.
So you want to see me leave the stream, is what you're saying? That would just be, and I'm done. It'd be, I'd be so polite. I'll be like Batista, I'll do this, and then I'll be gone.
Yeah, chilling with you guys made it good. We appreciate that. We appreciate coming back, Boston, and everyone else out there tonight. Our channel average is climbing, and I appreciate it. Let's get to Mania number of 1.7 by Backlash. Listen, we're pushing. We want to hit that 2K sooner than later, folks.
I was gonna say I wanted to hit 2K by Backlash. So
what's that?
I said I wanted to hit 2K by Backlash. So let's keep that trader moving.
There you go. Let it play.
We got the scarf as a weapon.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And Sammy sells it. I gotta strike a pose. Mm-hmm. Sammy, the maximum male model of AEW.
Vance House of Black did a promo right before the Trios Battle Royal, and the Acclaimed won. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yo, listen.
Like, I mean, Matt Caster shouldn't get one fucking rap out about the House of Black. The minute he goes to try, someone kicks him in the face.
Just missed right in the face.
Yeah, you don't need Matt Caster cutting up the House of Black. It doesn't.
Oh, now Darby's using the scarf.
Oh, okay.
And now using the scarf on MJF. Into the backpack stunner. MJF sold that like the goddamn Rock taking a stunner. That man just went straight out the ring, everything.
Kenneth is going team heel. Ooh. Nick, I want Grayson Waller to beat Austin Theory.
Fair enough. Well, E-Dub's taking Sam and MJF for the win as well. So we got a couple people going team heel. We got Dale and Jungle Boy and Darby for the win.
Selena Del Sol. No, they're going to hate each other by the end of this match, guys. That's how this works. I hate to break hearts. If you guys are open on to hope, they end up not liking each other by the end of this match, and that's how the baby faces win and get back in.
Yeah, you got to, even then, it still sells you for the 4-way of, well, they're not buddies, so it's any man for themselves.
Right.
Which is just fucking stupid at this point.
Can we hit 2K by Mother's Day next Sunday? The only way that's possible, Kenneth, is if everyone here tonight bees a friends and tells some friends, tell some family, go get some other people, just tell them to come over.
Tell your mother. Tell her Happy Mother's Day. Here's a wrestling channel you need to watch.
Yeah. Even if mom's never tunes in, just get her to hit the subscribe button. Best gift you can give her. Two bearded guys. Pause.
Pause. Jamie saying you still have 3 weeks till the pay-per-view. No, we have like 3 days.
Oh, Clash of Champions. Are you Backlash?
Oh, I said Backlash.
Well, that's aggressive. All right, let's go.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
That'd be a feat, though. I'd be fucking thrilled.
Make it happen, folks.
Let's go.
I believe in you.
That's it.
I like the next comment. My mother probably doesn't even know what YouTube is. Well, you can teach her.
I just sign her up for an account.
Yeah,
It's like I keep getting these notifications.
Oh, JB's talking about with Double or Nothing. You still have 3 weeks before Double or Nothing. Well, yeah, this is where you get the dissension here, and then you get another 2 weeks or 3 weeks of
arguing and bickering.
Four Pillars promos to where one person comes out and then the next person comes out and then the next person after that comes out.
Yeah, that's what goes around comes around on this one, right, Ricky?
Right.
Like fuck. But that's how this started, was the four of them arguing over who gets the belt. And then we go through kind of the weird story, and then we come out the other side, and now we're going to end up back with them all arguing about who should have the belt. So, yeah.
Welcome to AEW, where the matches are made up and the results don't matter. I hate to say this, but AEW is giving me, speak of the devil and they shall appear. That's why I've been for the longest time doing the Bret Hart WCW in the air, loading up on all this talent and a lot of them getting lost in the shuffle. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And then just hot shot booking. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Oh boy. Babyface for the win. Don't say that. I don't know what he said.
Why?
What did he say? Oh,
I don't know.
If Wrestling for Life boys are on Botchamania, you better believe that number's going down.
Going up, not down. Up. Acknowledge. Number one.
I thought you were on our side. What happened?
Wait, what? Hey, heel turn. John Cena heel turn.
Heel turn by C Money.
Right. Guess TK forgot his big announcement.
Oh, no, he didn't.
No, his big announcement was Moxley is contractually obligated to bleed. That was his announcement.
I don't. Yeah, we haven't seen any Tony tonight. So, Jake the Trouble, Jake's in
There's still time. There's still time. Don't worry. Jake, what up? Sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks, Nick. What? You're trying to call me an old dog? Why?
Right.
Oof. I know I copied the road dog. I didn't know it was an old dog.
Any preview show for Backlash Saturday? Yeah, the pre-show is from 7 p.m. Eastern on. We will be live at 6:30 because fuck it.
Absolutely. Well, and then still we got the Friday right before that to where they're already going to be in Puerto Rico. Not to mention we're going to be back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Impact with a little dash of Ring of Honor as well.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Last week it ended. Like all of a sudden it went down to an hour show. So I don't know. It ended.
So the pocket springs are getting tight at Warner here. The pocket strings are getting tight around AEW.
I don't know what happened. Like it was 2 hours, 2 hours. We thought it was 1 hour. Then it was 2 hours for a bunch of weeks. And last week tuned in and it was ending when I was starting. So who knows?
The world may never know.
Interesting, Joshua.
JD McDonough could join the Judgment Day. It would be cool. Yeah, it might be, but it's not going to happen. As Darby with a dive onto the outside on the Sammy, by the way, we do have a match going on.
Yeah, we still do.
Botchety throwing him in the ring.
Botchety.
Oh, two count.
Something, fill my bowl.
Oh,
vitamins in my soul. See, I read that like a comment earlier because you're just naturally inclined to think that someone's commenting. And now I see it the second time and it hit perfect.
Yeah, no, I tend to just always maybe be a little sing-songy.
OC versus Daniel Garcia just got announced for next week's. Oh, okay, there you go. There we go.
Fair enough.
This one actually makes me feel like OC could lose, though. This one makes me a little for OC.
Because he's a Jericho appreciator?
Yeah. Danny's one of the in guys.
OC won't lose until Tony Khan comes out there and pins him himself.
Fair enough.
I feel like it's one of those of who else at this point takes that title? What have they built as a story around that title outside of just LOL OC wins?
Same as Jane.
Touche, Tabernac. Oh, MJF just throws Sammy for a swanton on a Jungle Boy. Step up Enziguri.
Not only WCW vibes, but right before the Titanic hit the iceberg vibes between the finger poke of doom and Jeff laying down. Yeah, that unorganized, scattered, lack of leadership vibe.
Oh, Canadian Destroyer. Yeah, the dying days of WCW of, Darby goes for the Canadian Destroyer onto MJF and gets spun around into a powerbomb. That looked fantastic. But yeah, it's just don't let go, Jack. Don't let go, TK. Don't let go.
What are you kidding? TK would not be in the water. Here's
paint me like one of your French girls, TK.
Oh, here's my question. Why the hell is TK putting too many stakes in the fire? Ring of Honor, 2 AEW shows, 3. Looking for a third show. There you go. If he just focused on building AEW, maybe this would be better.
Locked up. Is he going to tap? Oh, Sammy breaks up with a stump.
I think he thinks everything's going extremely well. That's why. Like, he keeps building additions onto his house, even though he fucked up the foundation.
He's the meme of the dog sitting there in the fucking burning like office building. Just like, this is fine. This is fine.
Right? Took my stapler.
Have you seen my stapler?
Nick.
We got that one.
Oh, we got that one. Yeah, we did.
Yes.
I don't know what they're going to do with that guy, but
I'm telling you, him versus Finn. Teacher versus mentor.
Fair enough. Ooh. Damn, the doubles stink. 5-1 loss to the Canes.
Oh.
Canes are good though. They've been seasoned a little more than the doubles.
Listen, you can't jump them off of one game.
It's only one game.
It took you guys 19 years to get just to the second round. So
fucking hell.
Christ, I've been off the earth longer than I've been on the earth in the time that it's taken the Leafs to get to the second round, let alone win a cup.
Right. Now, does it hurt the channel? And we'll see the quarterly ratings as we go through this week, and they'll come out. I'm wondering if people tune out at this point of Dynamite. Like we saw last week, huge drop off for the main event. People didn't seem like they wanted to stick around for it. I wonder if you get the same thing because everyone kind of knows what's going to happen here. We're getting it right now, right in front of us.
Oh, absolutely. As we get a 2 count, and we're getting already a bit of the dissension between Sammy and MJF. Yeah. But AEW is predicated on its lead-in show. When it was the NBA before and all of that, that was when you had your best numbers for Rampage, your best numbers for Dynamite, when they had the NBA leading them in because so many people were tuning in. The Big Bang bus has hit a roadblock here, and that audience has just given up on tuning in on Dynamite afterwards. They realize what's there now.
Yeah, and I think and there was another.
Oh, we gotta slap MJF on Sammy. So like I said,
there you go.
Sorry,
there we go. There's the dissension that we've been waiting for. Nick, they do. Where the fuck? It doesn't matter. Does AEW have a producer? Someone? Yes, they do, and they actually have an ex WWE guy helping out with that too, as well. So you notice the subtle changes to the ring.
Super good. Blind tag from Darby on Jungle Boy as Jungle Boy goes for the count. Oh, Darby with the long distance coffin drop onto Sammy. 1, 2, 3. There we
go. We knew it. So that's where it's like wah, wah. Because
that's what we were talking about. I was talking about how the lead-in tends to AEW Dynamite has to carry that. You were talking about how it's been a trend now of by the time they start strong, by the time they get to the finish, the audience has faded.
Mm-hmm. That's it. But for this one, like we're here live, right? And that's fine. But I'm wondering if I'm watching this match comes on and I'm like, if I'm feeling a little tired, I got work in the morning, and I'm like, well, I know how this ends. I'll just get the clip or I'll get the highlights off, Soch, and I hit the pillow.
Exactly. I just need I'll tune in, to somebody putting the results out, just so I know what I thought was going to happen was right.
Right. Now, for the people that give Vince McMahon booking, like that rinse and repeat, we saw that coming booking, this is up there.
Well, this is just you're putting the cart before the horse. You didn't need to have your 4-pillar match As MJF's even having to sell it of, oh my God, I didn't know it was going to happen. Like, seriously, but you didn't need to have this now. You could have built to this down the road.
Yeah. And we had this long stretch like here now where we've been building up for Double or Nothing for weeks, 8-9 weeks, right? So that's partly why this story's struggling a little bit. But yeah, look, he's looking at the screen all shocked. Oh my God.
But now we get another 3 weeks of just the four of them cutting promos on each other. So we just get what we've been getting that wasn't a strong build to this for another 2 to 3 weeks before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, a little bit. That's my little bit of a concern here. And I think in the process, MJF is getting watered down like a fucking $2 drink on a Friday night.
Yeah.
I love him. You clearly fucking love him.
I'm clearly a mark for the man, but yeah, he's getting watered down like a fucking cocktail out of Fridays.
Yeah.
Just literally all pomp, no circumstance a bit.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what I was gonna say is the other time that you talked about NBA lead-in with 1 million plus, it helps the overall number. But other times when they were hitting 1 million really consistently and really nice was when this guy was on your roster.
But he doesn't draw. He doesn't count. He doesn't. No, he's toxic. We don't want him here. He causes problems. He causes fights. So he tells us to actually be wrestlers instead of circus performers. So
we don't like him because he says we're stupid.
He says mean things. He's not nice. We don't want to play with Phil.
Will the Outcasts versus the Originals be a 6-woman tag, or will there be more people added? I thought almost we were going to get like some type of co-ed anarchy in the arena bullshit. That's what I thought we were going to get.
Sorority SmackDown coming to AEW. But no, when I wasn't watching the show at the time, but when you were talking about like she'd initially kind of looking like she was doing a heel turn, I was like, well, that's just an unnecessary ass heel turn. I don't like a single second of this whole thing. This, like I said, this reminds me of like when you see Ruby at cons, like just spray painting every picture of Britt and Hater. It's just like party man, black and white, red and green. Like just it's so over the top, unnecessary.
Yeah,
and there's nothing to sink your teeth into with it.
No. And even the whole thing, like, I mean, there's Soraya, like, a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer, walking around, and she used to be a badass. Now she's got, she's hanging out with fucking Smash Mouth all the time. Just,
hey, now you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
6 out of 10 says Larry. Folks, if you're new here, we take a rating.
But no, because you said Smash Mouth,
right?
And Soraya, UK, Shrek, Scottish-ish. I just instantly went to like, somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
It's all around.
What comes around is all around.
He's not allowed at Dynamite.
Who's watching All Access? I am, just because I haven't flipped over, but we do take ratings for every show, folks. I might be a little jaded tonight, but let us know your ratings for AEW Dynamite.
290,000 people or some bullshit turned into this nonsense. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see them all. I don't want to see it.
It's being the elite without the fucking shtick and everything. It's literally you put this and being the elite, and you've got Saturday Night Live. I feel a bit.
Bobby, it's not at All In. It's at Double or Nothing. The next one. Now,
it's the precursor. And then we turn around and have All In and then have All Out a week later.
Yeah. Is this not interesting? Like, we went this long stretch. Nothing happened.
I was about to cut you off and just say yes. Is this not interesting? Yes.
But now we get May, then we hit June. So we get Double or Nothing. We get Forbidden Door 2. We're going to get All In a week away from All Out. Is that not going to be hard to entertain, especially those last 2 shows at the end of the summer?
It's going to be hard to have stories built for them. A lot of those matches are going to feel like they're haberdashed together there.
With a week apart? Like, how do you do it? How do you build anything? why would like Tony should consider like when he booked Wembley, and I'm sure he didn't have very many options, but he's so eager. Like I said, it's like he books and then he's like, I did it. And then doesn't understand, like, oh, what else is going on around? Like, I booked Wembley. They're like, when? And you're like, a week before All Out. And they're like, wait, what? Like,
what?
Oh, I didn't think about that. I was just really focused on shit.
I'm on a side note. I know people are saying who watches All Access. Again, I have it stuck on right now.
Yeah.
And Britt is literally using her cell phone to give dental advice to Willow right now backstage. Of A, who on the Rudy Blue hell gives a shit? And B, why do we need to pull back the curtain
right
on an already kayfabe product for this?
8 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Bash wasn't feeling it. 8 out of 10 for tonight's show. Kenneth was feeling it. Victor felt it a lot. Pause. 8.5 from Joshua as well. Shit. 8.5. Ooh.
I almost want to say they're rating us, but those ratings might be a little too low for us.
Right?
Like, that can't be the ratings for Dynamite here.
2 days away from Dakota Kai's birthday. And hey, Chris, welcome back, buddy. Didn't recognize you with the purple.
Yeah, you got the purple instead of the orange.
All right. Who's watching All Access? We got that one. Bash, I changed channel. Yeah, no kidding. 5 out of 10. Good choice. 6.5 out of 10. Some good wrestling. First match was solid. Page match had some moments. No, okay. But forgettable. Needs some more storylines, and ones that don't suck. I added the don't suck.
No, and I was going to say, well, you've been here longer than I. So as far as the stream tonight, you'd have to give it the overall rating for the show, I guess. I'm more of, I'd give it a botch out of 10, I guess.
We'll give it a botch out of 10. I like it. Gamer, as a lifelong wrestling fan, I'm used to it by now. I'm sure you've gotten over it. Held captive. Yeah, Stockholm. 7.9, 5. That's interesting. Some of our, you see some of the a little more pro WWE folks going a little lower. This show didn't suck, but I think you said it. There wasn't a lot of meat on the bone. There's a lot of things that I love who I'm watching, but I'm mad about what they're doing. Mark Briscoe. This whole shit with the 4 pillars kind of got convoluted and messy. Dude.
There's nothing to sink your teeth into. There's nothing that makes you feel invested in, because it could get dropped like a fucking bad habit the next week.
I thought the Sheeta moment was decent because I actually, because you expect it. Oh, man, she's joining the Outcasts. Who saw that coming? And then she didn't. So, all right. But there's been a revolving door of wrestlers in that 4th spot. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
I'm going to give it a 6.
Fair enough. Like I said, well, I wasn't here for a long time. I was just here for a good time. So I have to give it a botch out of 10. So your rating stands for our rating.
I'm going to give it 6. I'm going to give it 6 ratty daddies out of 10 botchamanias.
Yes.
We're
going to have to send that to him. You know that, right?
Right. AEW has a terrific roster. Just need better continuity on their program. It flows. I keep saying it, Mark, and I think that's where you hear us come on here and we're a little frustrated. And I know, there's a gentleman going live in a few moments. I know they're a little more pro AEW, but we always try and call it the way we see it. And I love MJF. Darby's excellent. Jungle Boy, I think, still developing. And Sammy gets used more because he got to go, he invited Tony to the wedding. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just, you have all these good parts and you're just using them in such a fucked up, weird way. That's the best I can explain it.
It's like seeing somebody buy a fucking Lamborghini and then they turn around and put a hood scoop on it from fucking AutoZone and put the fuzzy dice in the rear view mirror and do all of this shit of like, you have everything great and you just somehow managed to still fuck it up.
Right? No, legitimately what it feels like at times is if like going to the movie theater, sitting down and a movie in a language, like a movie you really want to see comes on in a language you don't understand without subtitles. And you're just sitting there staring. That's what this feels like. Like, I paid the money to see this movie. I want to see these characters. I don't understand what the fuck they're saying or doing. Somebody help me.
I don't know what's going on.
Reminder, Rampage will be at 6:30. Victor, reminder, we might not be
We
here.
might be here. We might not be.
We'll see. We'll see how our Friday goes. But
Yeah.
6:30. We'll be here at 6:30 on Saturday. So back-to-back 6:30s for a Rampage. We'll see. Because I know what's going to happen. We're going to get on at 6:30, and we're going to stay till midnight. So I don't know if it works.
Well, no, it'd be a good precursor if you get the sizzle out of the way before you get the steak of Friday Night SmackDown.
Maybe we'll go on at 7 and watch half of it and call it even.
We'll see.
I got no optimism.
Up for debate.
We got to tune in for a fucking deletion match, maybe.
I mean, I might watch it just to make fun of it. So. That might be worth the price of admission here.
Mark Briscoe should be a Ring of Honor title holder, period.
Mm-hmm. Not debatable.
That was a Ali. All you had to do was oop it, and you didn't oop it.
Yeah, TK has a good track record of doing that. Look at Eddie Kingston for a prime example.
Brother, wait, we're getting Vikingo versus QT Marshall? Oh, we're getting a giant match. First person in Lucha Brothers. Oh, that's fucking shit. Why? How does Vikingo fit? How do the Luchas fit against QT, Powerhouse Hobbs, Aaron Solo?
We're having Vikingo and Ultimate Deletion match on the same show, and I'm not supposed to laugh?
Right.
Is this a try not to laugh challenge from Tony Khan here?
Inglorious Bastards. I'll take that as a compliment.
I was going to say, thank you for the tag team name.
Yeah, right? I accept that. Both companies show their problems, but WWE's feuds feel more logical right now than AEW's. Just more adult. And we can debate about the matches, but both companies have their flaws, guys. And I like what AEW on paper brings to the table, and I want it to be wicked. I want to tune in and be like, Wednesday was fucking awesome, and Raw was awesome, and SmackDown was awesome. Right now, they can't get their shit together.
You want everything to be can't miss. You want the war. You want the back and forth of, oh my God, can you see what they did here? How are they going to try and outdo that there?
Yeah.
That's what makes this shit fun. When they both are almost tanking like they're trying to get a number one draft pick, it's like,
right.
Well, what are we doing here?
And Sami Zayn proved in 22 and 23 going into this year that if the story is fucking compelling, people will tune in and watch it, period. Mm-hmm. And that leads to a really great match, because the matches we remember the most are the ones we were invested in emotionally, period. That's why AEW has our time. Like, hey, go back to that really good match. Yeah, it was a great match, but how memorable is it when you don't have the story behind it? You don't have the context behind it.
It's a great match to watch. There's nothing in it that compels you to feel that way. Even if Roman versus Sami Zayn, technically in ring, may have not been a 5-star match if you're looking at Meltzer or whatever. Story-wise, it covers everything that could have been a hiccup in that match in ring-wise. Right. It gets you something that draws you in, something that's compelling to watch, versus just, I'm watching this because I'm told this is going to be a good match, or this was a good match. You're already watching Sammy versus Roman or something like that. You already were watching Cody versus Roman because of the story built to it,
right?
Not because you're expecting a 5-star classic.
No, that's it. And I mean, you do get 5-star classics in there, and you do get banger matches in there. The people that say you never get like a really good match, you're not paying attention. That's not fair. That's blind. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but Impact Wrestling creates a great show. I just wish it was filmed better. I mean, it's so hard. And again, Impact flirts with a little bit of the silliness, but they've had an influx of talent. They're about to get more. We'll see how this works out for AEW.
Right. Moving on from that one.
Or Impact.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we're going out on TV.
Are you down for a Trey Miguel versus Chris Sabin for Under Siege for the X Division Championship? Just got announced.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I saw that announcement. Yeah, I'm all for it. I think it was really fucking. Trey's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we got a veteran going up against him. I'm all for it.
Impact's a sneaky sleeper third company when it comes to this wrestling territories here.
Well, the pay-per-views are like, if you don't like Impact's weekly shows, fine. But like last pay-per-view, there's rarely Impact pay-per-view that shits the bed completely. Like it's usually a really good fucking pay-per-view. I have swore a lot tonight. Thank you, Dynamite.
Well, I mean, I feel like if we're going on a scale here, I might have beaten you. Just I've been here for less time and probably sworn close to as much of swears per minute. So we might be on even par here.
Okay. Are you down? Got that one? No, we said he was last but not least.
Hey, I didn't.
We'll get back to that. No, I was just laughing at myself. All right, see money. That's definitely last but not least. Folks, that is the stream. That is Wednesday. Yeah, it's been a good night. We've had a whole lot of fun. Nick showed up. Hallelujah. Thank you, buddy. That all being said, I don't know what I was going to say. But all that being said, yeah, go check out Botchamania. I'm sure we're going to post it, tag it. But check out all our links below. We are nothing but grateful and humbled. Don't forget, tomorrow and Friday and Saturday, we're here. We do not stop. We are your home for everything wrestling. We are the alternative commentary. That's all I got. We're good. Check out all the links.
I was going to say, point blank period at this point, big things popping, little things stopping. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you better put that forward life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks.